Okay. We are live.
Live from New York.
Oh, I know. It's so good because, you know, it actually worked out this morning. Except,
I mean, I did have a panic
moving that over.
When I couldn't hear. Every time I get on, my mic doesn't work. I can't hear, and I have to like reset everything.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Your hair looks so good.
Oh, thank you. I washed it.
I love you.
I love you
Thank
too.
you. I washed it.
Honestly, like, you can't even see how long this hair is so long.
Mine too,
I haven't
look.
cut it. It's crazy. I know your hair is super long. I haven't cut my hair in a long time.
I
If
know.
My hairdresser's watching. She knows. She knows. She's the last one to cut my hair. It's been forever.
I know.
But like, it's a pain. It's a lot of work. But I
It
will never
is.
cut it.
I know.
Like, I won't. It won't happen. I've done that already once, and it was sad.
I just like almost lost my mind because I'm like, I know, me too. Like, I never want to cut my hair again.
like never.
Never! Actually, I did recently, I was like looking at haircuts because you know how like back in the mid 2000s there was like this like edgy, like kind of almost seen but not really seen thing going on with hair. So I was like
the crazy bangs with like
just
the
like
short...
really like edgy like PC hair, right? Okay, so like I used to rock the PC hair. And I was like, oh man, I actually looked really cute with that hair. Like I was looking at old pictures and then, but I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it because I really love my long hair now. Like I finally got it.
I'm the same. Like
Yeah.
I look at pictures and I was like, oh, that looks cute.
Yeah. Like,
no.
oh, I might want to go for bangs. No.
I remember when you cut your bangs.
Yeah.
I don't. How long you didn't like? Because I was looking through pictures the other day. I was trying to find a picture of us together.
Yeah.
Smiling, for the smile, tag us in your smiles.
Yeah.
Post, and I came across just so many pictures. And yeah, your bangs. I have one picture of your bangs, which means it's very likely you stopped wearing them as bangs.
I
pretty
did.
quickly.
I pinned them back all the time because I was like, nope. Like, sometimes they would end up really good, and I'd be like, okay, I could totally rock this today, but, like, most of the time, they were just like, oh, God, what did I do? What did I do?
They're not. I know, because I've always wanted that, like, rockabilly bang where it comes, like, it starts, like, way back here. And
Dude.
like, whoosh. I love it, but I don't think I can rock it, so.
No, for, like, me, for my face shape, I feel like bangs just do not work for me at all. And I'm like, I'm just getting a little, I'm getting a little COVID weight here, chubby. Like, putting on the weight again. No, seriously though, like, I've gained 15 pounds since March. And I'm like, ugh.
I forgot to look at the comments. Somebody's like, I'm so mad that I actually tuned in when you're talking about hair.
Hey, what's up, Tunnel Rat? Oh, he's my friend from Apex. I used to play Apex with him. How are you?
Wait, you have edgy hair? Is that what he's saying? He has edgy hair? Because you're
Oh, maybe. Like super PC and like edgy. Yeah, probably. Hey,
Yeah.
Darla, I love you. That's my Aunt Darla. Hi, love you. That's my aunt. I'm like a little child, like
You're so
introducing my family members and my friends.
What's up, family?
What's up, fam?
We're all fam here. We love it.
I know. I love you guys so much. Like, legitimately.
It's really great because I can't see. I'm blind, so I can't see on my phone, but I want to make sure that I can see who's commenting because we did encourage people to join in today.
Of course. We want you guys to give us your input. Like, if we are talking about something, interact with us because it totally loves us. Loves us. I was just reading Darla's comment and I've had too much caffeine. I love you too. Hi, Oddbot. How are you?
Yesterday, I had the massive headache ever, and I was like, dude, this cannot affect Wednesday. I need to get up. I need to be ready. And I went to bed very am I going to get up? Also, today's a holiday. Happy Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah, it's Veterans Day. I feel so bad.
It is Veterans Day.
I always forget. I'm so sorry. I love you guys.
It's Veterans Day. I realized every elder male, like all my grandpas, my dad, all the older males have all been in the military. So, happy Vets Day to them, and I love them all.
Happy Veterans Day. I know, right? We're thankful for everything. So, I mean,
yes.
I'm always thankful for everything.
It's so good. But because it's Veterans Day, I realized that David didn't have work today. And when I went to bed last night, I was like, okay, I don't have a safe, fallback if I don't wake up.
Yeah.
because I'm like, he might not wake up.
Yeah.
And then you might not wake up. Guess what? I was up at 5 o'clock.
Good. I know. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like, oh my God. I was frustrated though because the cats were in my room and they were getting into stuff and running around the room and being crazy and attacking each other, and I was just like, get off me. So yeah, that's kind of my morning, how I woke up. But it's good. It was a good morning, and I got up early, and here we are.
It's a good day. I'm really excited for today. There's a lot of fun stuff that we're gonna do today. I think. But I'm always excited to talk to you. We actually haven't talked at all, really, this week. Usually we check in a little bit. We did a little bit, but we really haven't talked this week. So
no, I know. Here we go. Tell me.
So, I don't know. The last week and a half, and I'm sure everybody has a similar feeling, has been very Debbie Downer. And we all kind of know there's so much chaos going on in the world. Facebook has not been a pleasant place. I'm very thankful for the snooze button. You've got to filter that crap. Snoozed you. Yeah, I just, if it's really negative, I just can't. I don't want to hear it. Right? It's not going to change anything in me. All it's doing is just making me feel sad. I just seen so many sad things from people the last week, and I have seriously tried to avoid all of it. I don't honestly know people who are we're literally trying to focus on positive. That's our goal. We've made a commitment to do this every Wednesday, and I think if it weren't for this, I would be in a black hole. And
I know, me too.
It's sad, but it's sad because there's just so much negativity going on, and I feel for people who just haven't found a safe place to just escape all of that, because it is literally everywhere. I don't know. I think
people should focus on, maintaining their own positivity, but also trying to transform the negativity into positivity. Looking at the upside of things and seeing the silver lining in even the most negative moments, I think that is where you can train your brain to always notice those good things that are in the negative things. Because, it's like a balance. There's good in the bad, and there's bad in the good, and, all that crap. So I think that's where the real power individually lies. Balancing it.
You can let things affect you, or you don't have to. I know that there's this big thing, everybody get off social media. I'm a little bit torn on that concept, because there's a lot of good about social media, and if we focus on the good that it brings, look at this. We're able to talk and see each other. Not that long ago, this was not possible, and
I know.
This has to do with technology, social media, and we're able to share some really good things that we're hearing, we're learning. Maybe people tuning in have heard this stuff before, or maybe they're hearing it for the first time, or maybe this time when they heard something, it strikes a chord with them. And, I think that, everybody has to make their own decisions on what they want to do. But I personally, obviously, won't be getting off social media. I'll be staying on it forever.
Yeah.
It's part of my daily job.
Is that better, Arlene? Sorry. Arlene said that the sound wasn't very good for your microphone, so I turned you up in Discord. So if she sounds better now...
Does it sound better?
No! You sounded really robotic.
Mom? Oh, no. Okay.
It's Okay.
Y'all, it's got to be my internet. I mean, my internet's pumping out like 400 megabytes per second.
It's okay.
But it's just, I don't know. We're getting the Ethernet cord tomorrow to run to here.
I'm excited about that because I want to see what kind of a difference it makes. I'm sure it's going to be huge.
I hope it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I really do, because I'm like, man, this is important. Oh my gosh, my mom's autocorrect keeps putting my name as Kristen.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, okay, your mom's spelling your name wrong.
It's pretty funny. She posted like, watch my daughter Kristen. I'm like, who's Kristen, Mom?
Yeah. Thank you, Tunnel Rat. Also, Tunnel Rat said he deleted his Facebook and never looked back. So I think mostly it's about choosing which platforms you want to interact with. Like, you know, and also, you know, not just platforms, but people too. Deciding who you're going to allow to enter in your energy field on every level is very important. So, yeah, especially with social media, it's very easy to allow negative things into your energy field, and you're consuming that. So you have to, like, you know, filter those things. If you are feeling bad, go for some positive stuff, you know, like raise your vibration and change it up a little bit. But...
So I've been doing something lately, and part of it is to help me stay focused, but also to bring some good stuff in, is I've been seeking out like pages or like Instagram pages that are posting positive stuff. And I love it. I feel like every time a new quote or a new positive thing comes up, it's like an epiphany.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, it totally makes sense. Like, why didn't I think of that before?
Yeah, exactly. And I probably have thought about it before, but not in the same way. Or I had different experiences in my life that didn't require me to even like pay attention to, you know, whatever somebody was saying. And that's something we got to remember. As we experience life, different things will affect us, and different things will either stand out or be less effective. I don't know. I love quotes, and I wanted to read this one real quick.
Ooh, yes.
It's some girl who follows us, I think. Yes.
Nice.
Where is it at? Oh, I messaged it to myself so I could find it for this exact reason. Okay. Come on. Okay, this comes from piper.mia.milesf. And
on
she
Instagram?
posted, she posted this quote that says, "Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you have been buried, but you've actually been planted." And it says it's by Christine C. And I was like, wow. Yeah. I read that and I was like, I love it. I love it.
I do too. I love that because I always think of people as very similar to plants, because we are. We need the same types of things, right? We need the nutrition, we need the sun, we need positive words, you know? So, you know, people are plants. And if you look at life like that, instead of looking at yourself like, oh, I'm trapped in this situation, you know, like I did for a long time. I had this like really negative viewpoint on living with my parents, but you know, I always felt like, oh, I'm just trapped, I'm stuck, you know, blah, blah, blah. But the reality of the situation, when you flip it, it's, no, I'm not stuck. I am in a nest right now, and I'm being taken care of. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, because they're giving me the opportunity to grow in my own way. And when we can, like, look at the positive and the negative, you can flip it around, and you can turn it into something beautiful. If you really change your mind, change the way that you look at things, that changes your entire outlook. Your entire world can change from that point forward. And so that's what I'm trying to help people realize, because I didn't realize that at all for the longest time. So
sometimes you have to hear it over and over. And I think that like that's what we're focusing on, and hopefully something that we've put out there strikes a chord in somebody and helps them to feel better. I mean, that's all that I can hope for, is that, you know, maybe something we've learned is helping somebody else. Because I've said this before, we don't know everything. Like,
nobody knows everything individually.
Some people may No.
Yeah.
And people may disagree, and people may be like, oh, whatever. Like, they're just not there yet, or they haven't been able to find something that's going to help them get out of that perspective.
Yeah.
Changing your perspective is a really tough thing sometimes. And I think what we need to do is we need to let down our guard and try to understand another side. If we can do that with like everything,
Yeah.
just so much happier and more compassionate, and more willing to accept things
Yeah.
and not be so judgmental. It's just, there's so many good things that come out of changing your perspective, or at least trying to understand somebody else's perspective.
Understanding, like opening your heart to understanding someone else is really important, because it's like that's part of you. You're opening your heart to understanding part of yourself.
Yes.
So it's like, get to know yourself, get to know other parts of yourself, and everybody has a valid viewpoint. Everybody has their own experiences that they've gone through in their life that you probably have no idea about what they've gone through and what it's led them to be. So, I mean, for me, I love getting to know people. It's a beautiful thing.
It's so good to try not to prejudge somebody. I mean, I'm guilty of that. If I see somebody, I might judge them right away by their look or whatever. I've tried to be better about not doing that, because you might write somebody amazing off that really would affect and change your life. And I just think we need to give people a chance.
Yeah.
And, obviously if somebody is bringing toxic energy around you, you need to let it go. You need to separate yourself from those people and hope, that they find some happiness and that you guys can connect again.
Yeah.
You got to really, it's okay. Don't feel guilty to do good things for yourself.
Yeah. And surround yourself with good people that make you uplifted, like, yes. That was a big thing for me too, is realizing like who actually is someone that's worth having in my life, right? Because, dating especially has been really hard, and I just altogether stopped dating entirely. And that's been the best decision that I've ever made for myself, because it's really toxic out there, guys. People are not healed. And so it's like, when you try to heal, you can't heal other people if you can't heal yourself. You can't be a good partner if you're not good with yourself. So
definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I mean, I was part of the problem too. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or exempt from any of it too. It's all a journey of healing yourself or whatever. But
yeah,
allowing yourself to take in positive words and positive vibes from people is important.
Yes.
That's why we should talk about who inspires us.
Yes.
Who inspires you?
Oh man. So this is like such a, I mean, I'm pretty vocal about things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I love Blue October. Sorry. I'm a fangirl.
Don't apologize.
But I mean, it's not because of anything but the positivity that they put out there. And the the lead singer's sober. He's trying to promote, it's good to be sober. You stay sober, you'll be positive. But it's more than that for me. There's just so many, like the lyrics, everything about it just moves me, and it just is so powerful to me. But I mean, when it really comes down to people who inspire, it's the people around me. Yeah. My friends, my family, that just watching them grow and the things that they've been through, it's amazing, and it helps me to keep going. And it's so much more personal when it's somebody you can connect with, that you're getting inspired by. I think somebody said that they're inspired by themselves, right?
Yeah.
And at first I kind of giggled. I'm like, oh, funny. But it's actually, I started thinking really deep on that. I was like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, I mean, we do inspire ourselves. I mean, okay, so maybe some outside outside things trigger us to get inspired.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just I had to inspire myself to get my butt up and be up early to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm inspired because it makes me feel good. I don't know. I think I'm overthinking. I overthink, but
I overthink too, but it's fine.
It's just our brains. But I don't know. Who inspires you?
Me? Okay, so obviously outside of my kids and my family, because they're amazing and they're the reason I'm alive. So, but outside of them, there's a philosopher that I love, and I listen to his lectures all the time. And his name is Alan Watts. If you haven't heard of him, you need to check out his lectures on YouTube. I've listed one of my favorite links actually is a chillstep version of one of his lectures. So it's like music and his lectures, and it's like, oh, it's so good. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I listen to him a lot because my voice is going.
It's all good. It happens to me every week.
I'm like, oh. But yeah, so I listen to Alan Watts a lot because not only is his voice like super pleasant to listen to, the way that he explains the universe and, religion and people and life, like he explains it from this really beautiful perspective. And I actually resonate a lot with him because of his views on reality and the universe and things like that. So like it really just hits home when I listen to it. I'm like, yes, that's true. Yes, that's good. Like I love it so much. And so yeah, I linked it in the description though. You guys should check it out. Alan Watts is a beautiful person, or was a beautiful person. He's no longer with us, but
I'll have to watch it because I've never watched it. Yeah. But I see things now that come up, in my feed or whatever, and I think of you. I was like, Jessica. Like, this just reminds me of like all the things you talk about, all the things you say, and it resonates with me. And I might not have seen that before. You've brought a lot of perspective to me, and you inspire me.
You inspire me too.
I love you. We've been friends. Gosh, how long have we been friends now?
4 years?
Feels longer than that.
2020. Yeah, we were friends in 2016.
Crazy. But like, we've both been on crazy journeys those 4 years, and I've watched you grow so much, and I just love like everything that you've been doing, all the things that you've been saying. I mean, that's where this came about in the first place, is because of you. I saw some things you were saying, and I was like, you need to tell people these things. Like, more people need to hear this. It's really inspiring, and it's really uplifting, motivating. I've felt so good, with the things that we've talked about and the things that I've heard you say, and I just love it. And I love how you inspire me. You've inspired me in so many ways, musically, everything. I mean, I wasn't a musician really until I met you.
Yeah, you were. You just didn't.
I mean,
you just didn't like pursue it until I pushed
you.
I'm like, buy that guitar.
You're like, do it.
Do it.
Gosh. I watched that video of us opening my guitar like a couple weeks ago.
I know.
It was so good. I was like, oh my gosh, that was such a fun day.
I know, I loved it. I actually watched that recently too, because I just transferred all my photos and videos from my phone to my computer.
Yeah.
So I could have them all on here and delete them from my phone. And I was like, oh, I feel like if I delete these, it's gonna like rip a piece of my heart out or something. But yeah, I moved them over to my computer and had to make space. But yeah, I just watched it too, and I was like, oh my god, I was looking through all of our pictures together on our travels and things like that. Like, those are such good memories. We had so much fun.
So much fun. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, so Jessica and I'm sure I've mentioned this. We share an idol, Gwen Stefani. We love Gwen. We've grew up on Gwen.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that was like the first thing that you and I were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You like Gwen too? Which I don't know about for you, but back in my day when I was a teenager or even younger than that, Gwen wasn't popular. People didn't like her. People thought she was lame. And I was like, I like Gwen.
Yeah.
There was actually only one other girl I know that was like obsessed with Gwen like me. And so like I just went through life being a Gwen lover, and everybody's like, she's okay. I'm like, what? And then I met you, and you're like, I love Gwen. I'm like, what? It was the best day ever, man.
Yeah, that was amazing. That day was so good. Because it was like the first moment where we were like, oh, we're the same. Like,
yes. And then I think, okay, so then we went down some rabbit hole of, what were we looking at? Somehow we stumbled across, we found out that there was a new band created called Dream Car.
Oh my God, yes.
Which is the lead singer of AFI, Davey Havoc, and all the bandmates from No Doubt.
All the boys.
So just all the boys. Jessica and I went on a mission, and we literally called and signed up for as many contests and all this stuff because Dream Car was coming to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And we could meet them. And I was like, well, it's not Gwen, but it's close.
It was so fun.
It was crazy. So Jessica, wait, you ended up calling the radio station, and they ended up like making sure you won a ticket.
They gave us the ticket. They were like,
they basically said, yeah, you're in.
And this, so we got, but we'll make sure you get it. And I was like, yes.
It was the best. It was the best. That was such a great day. And
that
was like the first of our adventures.
It was. That was a big deal. Well, actually, you know, what was the first concert? It was Sublime and 311 and G-Eazy.
Yeah, so we saw in G-Eazy. We went to a concert, Pot of Gold Festival.
Yes.
That was super fun.
That was so much fun.
Time.
So that was like our first concert together.
Mm-hmm.
That was that was amazing. Good old days.
Yeah, it was so good.
And that's what life's about, making good memories with people, you know? Like,
yes.
Sharing the love.
I miss concerts so much. I actually posted to my friend because she said something about going to a concert. I said I would literally run naked down the street to go to a concert. And I was like, oh, wait, she might hold me to that.
Oh, yeah.
No. I mean, I just love live music. I love being with friends. I love just the whole experience of that. So I'm eager for that to come back because that connection of people, I miss that. It's been sad.
I know. But that's why it's so important to stay positive with your friends and family throughout this whole time. Just build yourself up every morning and take care of yourself. This is the time for that.
Yeah, and there's ways to connect. People, sit here and go, oh, I can't see so-and-so, I can't do this with so-and-so. You can Zoom each other and play a game. Like I saw one of my extended family members that really into the Dodgers, and they all Zoomed each other and watched the game together. And it was super cute because they like recorded themselves watching when the Dodgers won, and everybody was like cheering. And it just looked it was so cute. But like, I'm like, hey, we could do that. Like, if you really wanted to get with people and have like a little group thing, I think David's family's doing something this weekend. We usually meet up every beginning of November for a conference. It's called Time Out for Women. We all get together. It's a lot of fun. But obviously we're not doing that this year. And so I think they're doing like a virtual one amongst the family and friends. And I'm like excited. I've been kind of busy and I haven't paid attention, but I'm pretty sure it's happening on Saturday. So I'm like, but I think it's at 7 a.m. my time. I'm like,
oh yeah, another early morning.
I think this is my life now, and honestly, it's okay. I'm okay with it. Most people who know me, especially my mom and my husband, know that I like to sleep in. I stay up late and I like to sleep in. Yeah. But I do see that because I've committed to this project and having to get out of my comfort zone and get up early, I'm capable.
Yeah, and for me, like, I'm the same way as you. I usually stay up late and, wake up late, but
We're two peas in a pod.
Yeah, but I felt so much better waking up early and starting, waking up really early. Like, I wake up sometimes at like 4 or 5 in the morning and do my coffee, do my meditation, and then I feel so good throughout the whole day. But that's why I feel like this is such a beautiful time, because it's a really good time for introspection for a lot of people. It's not really like a prime time for hanging out and, socializing, obviously. But if you can take this time and go into yourself and find yourself and, learn about yourself, who really are you, that is what this time is really good for.
Yes. So. I definitely, this is the time to retrospect. Is that the right word? You know me, I'm bad with words. Introspect.
Yeah.
But like, you know me with my words. Now, like, everybody's reflecting right now, and this is a really good time to explore things. I saw my cousin the other day. We dropped off a present to his daughter, and it's so sad we couldn't celebrate her birthday together. Aww. But we were able to go drop her off a present, and we were talking, and he was telling me how he's so thankful for this time because he's been able to spend more time with his kids and with his wife. And what's really awesome is he's got to spend more time playing his bass.
Yeah.
And, we were talking about his brothers, and his brothers are like literal geniuses when it comes to guitar. They're just phenomenal. And he said that's because they've put in the time. They've taken the time and they've focused on what, something they enjoy and they wanted. And that's what this time is about. Focus on something that you enjoy. Take the time for yourself to explore and find out what you're good at. I mean, we're all good at something. I mean, we are. Don't say you're not, because you are. There's something you're good at. I was actually thinking about this earlier. I was like, I could sit here and list all the things I'm bad at pretty easily.
Everybody could.
Very easily. Yeah. So then I started thinking about, what am I good at? I don't know. And then I'm like, wait.
What do you like to do?
I like to play my guitar and write music and talk to you.
There you go.
I like to go to the beach. I don't like to go in the water, though. I'm scared.
You should just overcome that fear already, girl. Come on.
I've been trying. Each time we go, I get a little bit further out, and I get a little less scared.
Good.
But, I mean, the ocean is my calling, so I have to get over it.
Yeah. I think that's like the most beautiful part of this. Oh, Darla says, I think this year has made a lot of people reflect on what's important. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 100 times yes. Because it's giving us time that we didn't have before. And so now we're able to, like, think about that. What is really important to us, And, like, that's kind of what we touched on a little bit before about, like, what we want to do with ourselves, what do we want to do with our life and whatever, like this is a good time to reevaluate your path and see, like, am I where I want to be, and is this where I really want to go? You can extrapolate, see where you're going to be if you continue doing the things that you're doing, because like literally our reality that we're experiencing is like an echo of a decision that we've already made. So, like, your decisions now will only play out and manifest in the future. So it's like you have to just act now. Do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. Do it now, because this is the time that is going to set you up for your future. And you're going to be able to change your life dramatically by just doing things differently right this moment. And I think that's the thing that people are most scared of, because they feel like they have to have these jobs for, money. I need money to pay my bills and blah, blah, blah. And I understand that. And I think we touched on this last week, but it's so important to do what you love. It's so important to find yourself and to reevaluate your path and to get yourself on a new path that's more sustainable for you. Because it's not just about, people think sustainable. They think of, like, world, like green, go green, blah, blah, blah. But what is sustainable for you, your energy, your mental health, your physical health? It's all connected. Your mental and physical health is entirely connected. And so
definitely agree.
We need to make it more prominent that people understand they need to take time for themselves like this and to do things that they love, so that they can maintain their mental health, which will maintain their physical health. So it's like, I love it. This is a great
Don't
time.
apologize for taking time for yourself.
Yeah, it's so important.
It is. It really is. I mean, like, I don't know, like, it's hard though when you feel like you have to do these certain things, like you said. It's societal things that make you think you have to do these things. The most liberating thing that we've done this year is we got rid of our cars. Like we don't have car payments anymore, and we took some of the money that we got from selling our trailer and bought used cars. Now, granted, those cars have given me some grief lately, but overall, like everything is cheaper. I mean, I don't have a car payment. My car insurance is super, super low. And you know, if they break down, that would suck. But like being free of those loans, it's so amazing. And I know that not everybody can do that, but if you realize you just need certain things, you don't need to have the fanciest things. You really just need stuff to live. You need food, and you know, shelter is good. And if you can find a way to not like, I love to buy things that I see that, especially if they make me laugh. If it makes me laugh, I'm probably gonna buy it. But like, I've been trying really hard to resist those ads, because those ads are everywhere. You see the ads everywhere.
It's
but
that way on purpose.
It is. No, it totally is on purpose. So if you remember that, guys, these people who sell stuff, they know our psychology. They know that if you see something multiple times and you see that other people want it, you're going to want it too. That is just human psyche. It is very normal for us to want what others have. It is very normal for us to want to go with the masses. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So we just have to remember that I'm losing thought again.
Okay.
But like, you know, just do things for yourself. That's where I was going.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. A lot of people have the misconception because of maybe how we were raised, how we were made to feel about doing things for ourselves, especially moms. I feel
especially moms
have kind of like a really shit end of the stick, because you know, they're always made to feel, or they do feel, that if they take care of themselves, they're being selfish. They're not taking care of their
mom.
kids.
Yeah.
They're neglecting their children because they're showing themselves love. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. And it's one of the biggest like problems that I feel women and mothers and people need to realize, that it's okay, and it's not just okay, it's necessary for women and mothers to be taken care of, and to take care of themselves, and to love themselves, and to have that time where they're just like free and they can breathe for a few minutes by themselves. Because
guys, take the kids. If there's husbands watching, like, take the kids for a minute so your wife can just like
help her out, give her a moment, because like, and it might not feel like, you know, women do very much like around the house if they're a stay-at-home mom or whatever, but they are constantly moving and cleaning and dealing with the emotional, you know, the emotional stuff that children experience. Like, moms have to deal with that most of the time. Like, you know, so I mean, give the moms a break. Let them.
And I know there's single moms out there that don't necessarily have that option. But you can still find a way to disconnect and be alone. You just have to, you know,
bath time.
Lock yourself in the bathroom, I was going to say, and take a bath, and tell your kids, hey, this is mommy time. I need to be, you know, alone for a little bit. And they might stick their fingers under the door. Mom, mom, mom. I know.
They do. My cats do that. My cat. Oh, I'll go to the bathroom and I'll be like sitting there on the toilet, and then he like literally sticks his whole arm under the door. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't come in that way. What? I don't know. He's cute. He's funny. But yeah, he's just like a kid. Like, kids do the same thing, but it is definitely important.
My niece Haley's cat does the same thing. It's super funny.
So cute. I love cats.
Kids are so cute. I wish I'm allergic, so I can't.
I know.
They're super cute. I've been able to experience many family members' cats, and there's one cat that the couple people in my family call evil. Do you remember Bella?
I do. Cat? I loved that cat.
I love Bella. But Some people don't love Bella, but Bella's great.
Bella's
But
amazing.
Yeah. Your aunt said you have to take time for yourself to be a good mom.
Exactly. So exactly. Like,
good mom, good wife, good
everybody.
person, good friend. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many things. And, sometimes, don't you feel, and I've really had to, take a deep breath on this, but sometimes I get beat myself up because I'm like, oh, crap. Like, it's either I'm not being a good wife, or I'm not being a good friend, or I'm not being a good mom. Like, there's always something I feel like I'm not able to give all my time to, but we have to remember that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
There's certain.
You are not responsible to give all of your time to everyone, okay? So
no.
That's what you have to realize, and I know that you probably do, but it's not your job to maintain happiness for other people.
No.
Even as a mother, so for me, with my kids, I know that I'm responsible to take care of them and whatever, but their needs are all met, and they know how to make themselves sandwiches, and I teach them those things so they can take care of it for themselves. That's your job as a mom, to teach them how to do it themselves.
Independence.
It's not about being their
free
servant.
Thinking independence.
It's not about being their servant or doing everything for them. It's about raising independent people who can do things for themselves effectively. And that's the only job that you have as a mom. Take care of their needs, make sure that they have food available to them and a shelter and all that, obviously.
Yeah, the things that they can't get for themselves.
Exactly.
You help them get it.
Yeah, and protect them, of course. Yes, that's your job. But teach them so they can do it for themselves, because they're not going to be, they're not going to be able to do anything if you're constantly doing everything for them, like laundry and food and all that. And same goes for husbands. Husbands have a responsibility to help out with those things too. Obviously.
I'm very fortunate in my relationship that my husband is the wife and I'm the husband.
No, but he is super active, and so you are really lucky with that kind of relationship, because it's more balanced, I feel. It's good.
We definitely pick up where the other one lacks. I'm sure he'll agree with that. Yeah. I mean, we both have things we're good at, but it's funny when I used to get with mom groups or whatever. I tried those mom groups and I always had a hard time in those mommy groups. I never felt like I fit in, but
I didn't either.
That's just the way it goes. But the whole time there would be these conversations or complaining, I guess, that their husbands were messy or their husbands played video games all day, and I was like, no, that's really. Me. But I've gotten better at those things, because it did cause some things when I wasn't being very good about stuff. But we've learned to just live in harmony with things that I'm good at and things that he's good at, and that's what you've got to do with whoever you live with.
Exactly.
I mean, we touched on this before, living in harmony with those you live with.
Yeah.
And you just have to find out, what everybody can contribute to the household.
What their talents are, what they're naturally capable of, because not everybody is a morning person, and not everybody is clean, a clean freak. Okay, sorry, but my mom is kind of a manic cleaner. And I'm totally the opposite of her. I'm just yeah, okay, there's dishes in the sink, I'll get to them later, whatever. But she's like, oh my God, there's dishes.
Gotta do it now. Yeah. Sorry, my mom's the same way.
I
love you, Mom.
We love you. We love you guys. But yeah, we're always complaining about our moms. But no, it's honestly, all love.
Inspiring people are our mothers. Our mothers inspire us every day. My mom inspires me to be good and do good and to be better and to be more organized and to bring my laundry downstairs when she asks for it.
I know. My mom does so much for me too. It's I love her.
I love my mom too. I love your mom too.
I love your mom
too. It's really great to have our mothers around. I mean, not everybody is so fortunate, and I'm really thankful that I have my mom here.
Yeah. They need time for themselves too. And that's what I have to remember too.
They do. Our mothers need time for themselves. They need to go do stuff. My mom is totally happy. just like being here and doing all this stuff. Like I always say, like, do you want me to do that? Like, why? Are you sure you want to do? Like, you don't have to do that every day. Like, I can do it. And she's like, no, I don't mind doing it. I'm like, wow, bless your heart.
I know.
Because laundry's not my favorite thing to do. And
I
she
know.
just doesn't. She does it all. She doesn't even mind. She doesn't even like complain. I'm like, man, I hope that I have that same stuff when I'm, a grandma and I'm helping my kids with their kids, because that's what's amazing. I know it's crazy to think about.
Oh, you just totally. No, I don't want to be a grandma. Stop.
Honestly. And Brad, if you're watching, don't get any ideas. I am seriously in the realm of being grandma. Like,
no,
my son
Brad,
is 20.
You better not.
He'll say, I'm not anywhere near that, Mom. No. But it could happen tomorrow. It could.
Don't mess up, okay? I mean, it's not messing up, but it is.
No, but I mean, seriously, I got married at 21, so like, he could get married and in the next couple of years, and I could be a grandma.
Stop it! You're freaking me out right now.
What? Like, that's crazy.
I can't imagine me being a grandma, but I mean, I guess it could happen.
I mean, okay, so everybody's like, what? Yes, I have a 20-year-old son. I had him at 15, and that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, you and I both have had some pretty amazing stories of overcoming stuff.
Huge things.
And maybe someday we'll talk about those things. I know that I wouldn't be here if it weren't for certain people, and it's just, yes, it's a journey.
It's a journey. And it's a beautiful one, because everything, like, if you think about it, everything that we experience made us who we are, because, like, as we learn things, we become different people.
Yes.
We're, like, programming ourselves to be a certain type of person with every experience. So, like, I think about it like that, and it's kind of weird. But it's amazing.
It is. When people talk about, like, being old is being wise, I mean, it's so true. You've had all this life to experience all these things, and you learn from those things. I mean, from everything I've been through the last 5 years, I would say there's things I will never probably ever do again, because I don't want to. But like, there's things that, like, I want to do again because it was a good learning or whatever. I mean, there's just all the things that we learn throughout time make us more wise, and it helps us to be able to bestow that knowledge onto the next generation. And hopefully they listen, because I mean, when I was like 17, 18, 15, 14, I didn't listen, and I wasn't listening. I mean, I did and I didn't. Like, I knew what was good and what wasn't, but like, I had to learn for myself. And
that's the thing.
We have to remember,
you can hear people say things for your whole life and never really get it, but that's why you have to experience it yourself, because then it's like, oh yeah, well, that hit home, And
I could, people, sorry.
No, you
people, I commend people who actually choose to not do something because somebody told them, I don't know, like drinking. Okay, let me use that as an example. Like, I know people who've never drank their entire life, ever. And curiosity kills the cat with me. I'm like, I want to know what it's like. Give it to me. But at the same time, like, oh man, I wish I hadn't had to deal with those things, but I've learned so much from those things. So I don't know. I think they're in a good spot because they don't have to deal with that heartache, but at the same time, they don't have that perspective that I have.
Yep. From
learning from my experience. So like, I don't know which one is better. I'd say I'd rather have all the trials that I've had because it makes me who I am today. And it makes me, when we were talking about perspective and understanding other people, sometimes you don't gain perspective until you have an experience. And, I'm thankful for that. Like, as being a teen mom, and I know, when I see other teens going through what I went through, I have just such a love for them. And I know they made a mistake. I made a mistake, but I don't call it a mistake, though.
No, I don't believe in mistakes, really. Like,
No,
that word
it was
slips out every once in a while, but I feel like everything that happens is exactly as it should. And, it might not be comfortable or pleasant, but it is definitely a learning experience for all of us, everything that we go through. So it is not a mistake. It's an energetic agreement that we agree to experience it.
Yeah, like, I mean, had I not made the choices I made back in the day, I wouldn't have my amazing kid. And he knows I love him.
I know.
It's been really nice having him here. He's been here for almost 2 weeks.
That's good.
Yeah, he actually gets off quarantine, I think, tomorrow.
Ooh, cool.
So we're going to take him to the beach. But that's been crazy. They like send people here to make sure he's here.
Oh.
It's a little crazy out there in the world. But yeah, they send people here to make sure that he's quarantining. It's interesting. I don't necessarily agree with all these crazy restrictions, but whatever. We just kumbaya.
Yeah.
And he's done so well. I'm very proud of him for not going insane, being stuck in the house. I mean, our house is
hard for a young guy. Like,
oh yeah, I can't even imagine being his age and not being able to like go anywhere. I'd go crazy. I mean, luckily he has his phone and he has video games. He's been playing lots of Zelda lately.
Oh my god.
It's been so fun for me to watch, like, oh, I haven't touched that game in a long time. Hi, Zelda. What's up?
I know. I haven't really played Zelda, but I was gonna say he should play Among Us with me and the kids.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that game. But I've also been playing Apex Legends again. I started playing that. I'm building my community again. So
he's been playing Dark Souls, right? That's it, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, yeah.
And he gets super pissed. I was like, "Why are you playing that game?"
Well,
like,
it's not an easy game. It's really hard. Like my son plays that too, and he's like, "I beat it so many times," and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
So then he'll switch to Zelda because he plays Breath of the Wild, I think is what it's called. He's like, "Mom, have you even like beat the first level?" And I was like, "Actually, no." I don't know why too, because it's a little harder than the old games, so I've had some struggles, and I'm like, just not as good as it used to be.
Oh man, no, like it's so weird. Okay, so when I went to visit one of my friends in Florida, we went to this pinball arcade, and they had like old arcade games like Donkey Kong or whatever it's called. Like they had all those. And so we were like trying to play these old games. And they're actually not easy. Those are like harder.
They're hard.
They're harder to play those games than it is like our now modern games that we have.
Our PC games.
Yeah, it's oh my
god.
I
need an arcade. I used to play this game, Marvel vs. Capcom, as a fighting game. I don't even know if that's what it was called, but I love that game. I would just annihilate people on that game.
That's so funny.
But, yeah, you literally just like move the thing back and forth and hit a bunch of buttons like 50,000 times.
Button masher.
But I would win every time.
That's good.
Victory.
That's kind
I don't know how we started talking about this.
Mortal Kombat was fun.
I used to play Mortal Kombat with my cousins like every day, and the two boy cousins, they would fight all the time and say, "You're cheese bucketing."
What's that mean?
And I was like, "How do you cheese bucket?" So cheese bucketing means cheating. It means cheating. But I was like, "How is it cheating?" But I think it's because they could use these little codes or whatever and do moves.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, "That's not cheese bucketing. That's just you just got some knowledge and you you took the time." It was so epic. I miss playing that game with them. That was the best. I don't even know if I could play that again because it wouldn't be the same without them.
Yeah.
So.
Aw, that's so cute.
But yeah.
Such a good experience.
So I don't know who's out there right now. Who's in our chat world?
I don't know. It's telling me 0, but I know that can't be true.
I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like there's 10 people on.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so,
it's not updating correctly for me on my end, so I don't know. But
either.
Hi, everyone.
If you're there, I really was wanting to see if anybody wanted to share somebody that inspires them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had anybody reach out to you personally. I had a couple people. One person told me that their parents inspire them, which is like an awesome example of people who inspire because my parents inspire me.
Yeah.
And another girl reached out to me and told me that her sister is so inspiring, and I'm actually gonna reach out to her. It's actually my friend that I grew up with that was the only Gwen lover. If she's watching, I'm sorry to call you out, girl, but my friend Maria. So I was gonna see if she wanted to talk to me about her story because her story is really
Oh.
inspiring. And if she agrees, then maybe I'll get to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I had that her sister nominate her and say she's somebody that's so inspiring for her. And then who else did they say? I'm trying to remember what else. There were so many like messages, comments that I had heard of just like inspiring people, and it was generally people around them
Yeah.
rather than celebrities. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some amazing famous people out there that I think are just awesome, but when it really comes to like the greats, it's the people around you.
Yeah.
And we need to
That's
and
true inspiration.
yeah, and it's really, good to look at the good things that the people around you are doing and try to help you be inspired to do something good yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
And if they're bringing you down, then bye.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sayonara.
It's like, I don't know, people around you, if they're bringing you down, I always
Really
try to,
should
like,
just
I don't know, like, it depends on the situation, right? Because, like, you want to kind of try to understand why they're in that mindset.
True.
I don't
Yeah.
know if everybody wants to. I'm that way. I'm like, why are you so sad? Like, but
So that actually brings up a good thing, and I know we're almost out of time, so I'll make this brief. But like, I've been seeing a lot of people, particularly on Facebook, like I'm unfriending these people, I'm unfollowing them, I don't want them in my feed anymore. And although I agree you should cut out things that bother you or trigger you, you should also see why.
that's
Why
the
does it
thing.
bother you so
Yeah,
much?
yeah.
Why does somebody's post, so you're on your phone, you're scrolling, somebody posts something that you don't like. Oops, I just shook my whole table. I used my hands too much.
I do too.
But like, instead of like, I don't know, if you became friends on social media in the first place, there's a reason. So like, if you have to like unfriend them or unfollow, or maybe not, maybe it's just random people, but like, if you have to unfriend them, they weren't really your friend in the first place, or vice versa. And I agree with you. You should really, if it really bothers you that much, you should see why it bothers you that much that you feel the need to unfollow somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, we need to not desensitize ourselves to people, especially based on stupid posts. You
Yeah.
don't know what they're going through. Some people rage post.
Yeah, I mean, I was
And
one of those people. I used to
rage
rage
posting?
post, like, back in the day, like, especially with, like, relationships and stuff, like, I would just be like, what the, like, why is why is it the way that it is? And it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
It just is
And
what it is. It's your experience.
I mean, I always looked at that from my perspective, looking at when you would post those things. I was like, wow, she's so brave.
Really?
Yeah, I used to
God.
say like she's really brave to post that. Like,
I don't know.
like, because I think when you post something, especially if it's angry or maybe even passive, you get all these people like, what's going on? And I don't know, I get afraid, like I don't want to put myself out there. It makes you vulnerable, and I thought you were brave to be so vulnerable to post those things.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't like mean to do it, or you were angry or whatever. I mean, I know that I get like, I'll type something out all angry, and then I will delete, like I won't even post it.
Yeah.
I just got to get it out of my system. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I won't post it. I'm sure we all have been there.
We've all been there, but the beautiful part of it all is like your growth, like your conscious growth, when you can get to a point where you no longer feel those feelings to like prompt you to post something, because you're like good with everything, and like you're just balanced and you feel like at peace. You know, the inner peace thing, it's important to maintain that.
I wish that everybody could feel that, because
me too.
Your reaction is so different now when somebody tries to upset you, like, or I don't even get upset about things anymore, because I don't take it personal, because I'm good. Like, I know that like whatever's going on with them is them, and you know, if I'm taking it personal, there's something going on with me. And because I know that now, everything's just so much easier, and I really hope that others can find that clarity.
Me too.
Because it has made my life and my stress levels and irritabilities much less. And I think that everybody just needs to remember that. Remember that if you get upset about something that somebody else is doing, it's not about them, it's about you. Figure out what that is that's bothering you, and try to change it, or I don't know, make it better, or talk to that person. You know, people are afraid to talk to each other. It's okay if you disagree about stuff. Just talk to each other and realize, you know, if you come at it in a way of love, then nothing can go bad. Like, there's just a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate going on, and
I think there's a lot of self-hate. Like, people don't realize that they're at war with themselves. And so that's why I always say heal yourself first, because when you're a healed person, you can overflow with love for other people, and you can change the world that way. That's how your ripple can be one of love and affect change around you. So, you know, that's important. I know we talk about that every time we talk, but it is the most important thing to remember, that we as people, as individuals, affect everything around us. And not just that, like, our conscious mind affects the entire world. Like, so meditating and being at peace with yourself is one more healed person on the planet, and one more healed person on the planet can exude healing to others, you know. And it's great. It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful experience. Like, let's all just be thankful and celebrate life every day. You know?
Life's short. You never know what's gonna happen.
Don't celebrate just on holidays.
No. You know? Yes, I agree. I mean, I love the holidays, but like this year is probably going to be different as far as holidays go, and we need to remember that we don't need a holiday to have that joy and to connect with those people that we want to connect with during the holidays. I mean, yes, holidays do bring people together, but you can connect with people. You have to just make the effort.
Every day. Make the effort. If you feel like connecting with someone, or you're thinking about someone, tell them, you know. Call them up. Text them.
I've been trying to do that more. I tend to like recluse and not reach out to people, and some people have taken offense by it, and I apologize if you've been offended by that. I just need you to know that I love you all. I love everybody in my life. Everybody in my life has done something positive for me in one way or another, even if it was not positive at the time. But you know, I am trying to take time to tell people what I love about them. Even if it's just like one little thing here and there, I'm trying to make it more of a point to tell people what I appreciate about them, because they need to know. And I might not always be here to tell them that. So I think it's so important to express your gratitude and love for each other, and as often as you can, because you never know how much it actually will help that person too. They might not realize how much you've impacted their life. So I think it's really good to express that.
Yeah, so that's a good thing for people to do. Okay, homework.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, Jessica, my guru here. I love you.
I love you too.
For those that are watching, what is something that, like, just something simple, I know you're about to say it, that people can do to just be like a first step to healing themselves?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. First step to healing yourself is take time for yourself and meditate on yourself. Think about who you are. Remember who you are, because
Remember.
I always say remember who you are, and this is why. This is like my favorite thing to talk about. And I know that we're running short on time, but here we go. We'll talk about this more next week.
Okay.
But remember who you are.
I want to hear this.
When we are born into this life, we agree to forget. We're not just like a new soul that is just here and, you know, when we die, nothing happens and we're just like gone. That's not real. Death doesn't exist. So basically, what we are is the energy of the universe, and this is what the universe is allowing itself to be. You are what the universe is allowing itself to be, and so am I. And so we have to remember, we are the universe. We are the consciousness of the universe. The consciousness creates us, and it is us. It's not separate from us. So,
I agree.
like, we have to remember who we are. And if we can get to that point where we understand that in our own heart, then that's the first step to healing yourself. Because once you remember who you are, you can not only be compassionate for yourself, but you're compassionate towards everyone else because they are you.
Yes.
They are literally you. Because if you think about what makes you you, you know, it's not your name, it's not your job, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation. Those are all things that we allow ourselves to express.
Yes.
But who are you at the deepest part of you? And you are the universe. You are everything.
Yes.
So remember that. Know that. Learn that. Go inside of yourself and find that for yourself. And that's how you can heal yourself. That's how you can become compassionate for yourself and everyone around you.
Yes. Because if you literally view everybody as yourself, I mean,
they are you.
Yeah, if you're not in a good spot with yourself, you're going to beat yourself up, which means you might beat someone else up, but but you got to remember, yeah, like you said, everyone is you. You are everyone, and if you remember that and you give others a hall pass, a card, like, hey, you know, this is an experience of life that they're going through that you may have already gone through or not gone through yet, and you just have to be patient and compassionate with others.
Yeah.
And aw,
I love you, Darla.
she's so sweet. We love
I
you.
know.
I'm so glad that some people are enjoying us gabbing with each other.
Yeah.
I know that I'm enjoying it, and that's what I love about this, is that we're not out to make money, we're not out for fame, we're just out to enjoy each other's company. And you know, I love chatting and meeting new people too, and this experience is giving us that opportunity. So I just love everything about it. And I encourage others to do the same. Like, if there is, you know, something that you're struggling with, find a way to make a commitment that pulls you towards the thing that you're seeking.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally forced to try to think positively right now, because that's what I'm trying to put out there. So it's good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. It's putting me in a good spot, and I know it's putting you in a good spot, and you know, hopefully it's putting others in a good spot.
The thing that we can keep in mind too, though, is that when you're building up other people, like you're encouraging someone else to be positive about their situation, you can also take your own advice, and it like upbuilds you too. So like helping others and like, you know, being positive for other people builds you up at the same time. So that's a really good way to like raise your vibration, is to help others be positive too. So even if you can't find it for yourself, you can build it.
There's something that I have found, and it's sometimes really hard to like do it.
What?
is when I'm really struggling, something that has helped me is to serve someone else. So like look for an opportunity to go help somebody. Even if it's just like chatting with somebody or just telling, like complimenting somebody, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
When you do good for someone else, it really helps you. Like, I'm trying to think of a time. So like we went and did this Feed My Starving Children.
Feed
Have
the
you heard of
starving
that?
children.
It's like a so it's like a building that you go to and you help like package food up for people in need of food.
Yeah.
And it's just a really great experience, and it reminds you of how much you actually have and how there's people out there that have nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that perspective again, you know, you may be upset with your situation, but guaranteed there's always somebody that has far worse or either living on far less.
Yeah.
And you know, stop crying about your stuff and
Yeah.
just go help somebody, because if you help somebody, you know, it'll help them, and it also helps you. It brings up, like you said, your vibration. It
Yeah.
helps you feel better, and that may sound selfish, I guess, but
No, it's not, because it's a reciprocation of energy. And
yeah,
that's the most important part for us to remember, is like, how can we be a force for good in other people's lives? Like, you know, I was going to say homework, because I was going to say, this is your guys' job. Like, go out and tell somebody something nice. You know, like, go have a positive interaction on purpose. Like, do that a few times if you can, and like try to make like every interaction that you have a good one with someone, and like raise their vibration, raise your vibration simultaneously, because because we are the same thing, we're quantumly entangled with each other. Like, you know, we will build ourselves up with conversation, and
yes,
that's like such a beautiful thing that you can do. So that's your homework. If you want to take part in it, like, go be positive with someone, have a positive conversation, compliment them, make them feel better about something that they might be going through. Like, you know, and don't feel like you're faking it. You know, just go do it. Go be it.
yeah,
And you'll see that, like, you'll naturally do that. You'll naturally just, like, be that for someone, and it'll build you up too.
Yep, definitely. And I mean, you don't have to like post it or brag about it, but if you want to share it with us, we'd love to be able to like at least talk about it next week. And just give us examples on how you helped somebody this week, and maybe it'll help inspire others to do the same the week after. I mean, I love feel good stories. I love watching those things of when people do something nice for somebody. I get so excited. It makes me cry. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to tell us, because we want to know.
We do. We love hearing your guys' stories about like things that you experience, like whatever it is. Like, we want to know what you're going through, what you're dealing with, what you're doing, how you're having fun. Grace Under Pressure says, I was a mom at 17. Peace and love. Hey, Grace.
Hey, girl. I'm sure you completely understand what it's like to be a teen mom. It's definitely a tough struggle. I maybe one day we can have a chat about that, because it feels like a whole nother life to me of what I went through when I was 15, 16. Definitely a different life, but I'm so thankful for those experiences, and thankful that my son is here, and that we've been able to grow together and learn from those things. And I've been able to teach my children, hey, your mom did this. You probably don't want to do the same thing.
Unless you want the same type of like outcome.
Unless you want the same experience. I mean, learn from my experience if you can. But like we talked about earlier, some people have to learn
their own
on their own way.
So that's good. That's fine.
Yes. So I guess we probably need to sign off. It's already 11:15 over there.
Yep, it is 11:15.
8:15 over here. I think we're gonna go hiking today.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
I haven't
actually been hiking. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you go like Send me pictures because you live in like the most beautiful place ever.
There are some places. I'm in a hiking group on Facebook, and they post these pictures of these places that I've never been that are here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I have to muster up the energy. I just have to practice because it is some of those journeys are very strenuous, and I might die on them.
You're not gonna die.
But I need to build up. So like I need to start going out. We're actually making it a point to at least go try to be like, even for a walk or whatever, just be more active. And so that hopefully I can build up to, not hopefully, I'm going to build up to, say you are, don't say maybe.
Building up
you
to.
are, because it's always now.
Yes.
And I'm going to hike this mountain, and I'm going to take pictures because it is spectacular. And I hope that anybody who comes here goes there, because it's breathtaking. It's like fake. But I think we're going somewhere today. I don't know. We haven't actually talked about where we're going, but I'll post pictures for sure.
Yeah.
And I might even. So I've been trying to film this video for 2 weeks, and it's really important, and I need to share it, and I need to do it, and I just haven't done it yet.
It's okay.
But maybe I'll do that while I'm out in the jungle today.
When it's the right time for it to happen, it'll happen. So just let yourself flow.
This is the thing that I'm been really good at committing to is I know that I can definitely be on here every Wednesday at 7 a.m. And if I can throw some bonus stuff out there to you guys, then I will try. And I always love hearing what you have to say. So please, if you feel inclined, please share, because I love everything you talk about.
I know.
I'm so grateful for all of this, and I'm thankful for all of you that have been watching and hanging out with us for this entire hour. Thank you.
We love
awesome.
you guys, and
we love you.
Remember to let your ripple be one of love. So affect those around you with love and overflow with love, because that is what's going to change the world. Change the world.
Make it a better place. Okay, I'm singing a Michael Jackson song. Yes, I'm a 90s kid.
So cute.
But no, it's all good. But we will be back next Wednesday.
Yes.
10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 a.m. Hawaii time, which, if people out there don't know, are the only 2 states in America that do not celebrate daylight savings time, which I didn't know until now.
That's amazing.
So it's actually a good, like, constant time for us. We never have to adjust our time because our time is always the same.
It's always now.
It's always now. We're such nerds.
I know, and I love it. I love you so much, Darla.
Thanks for tuning in. This is so fun. I'm so grateful for everybody that's come on.
I am too. I love you guys. And also, for those of you who might not be following us on social media, we do post every day, like,
several times a day. Sorry, that was me.
Whenever we feel like it. But mainly it's like every day we post like positive things or what we're up to. Just be sure to follow us on social media to keep up with the news of the podcast, so you guys don't miss out.
Yes. And we look forward to hearing from you as well, so don't be shy.
Share your stories
be sure
with
to
us.
Tag us in your smiles. I want to see lots of smiles out on social media. So if you take a selfie and you're smiling, I want to see it. You better tag me.
Tag us at It's Always Now KP.
Yes, please.
Yes. All right. We love you guys.
All right, my love. I love you. Bye,
you.
everybody. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great Veterans Day. There's one more thing I wanted to say before we sign off.
Okay.
So our very first episode got deleted on accident, and we had made it a point to thank our artist who did our logo.
Our little faces.
If you want to, yes, and he's so amazing. They look so good. I love it. They look so cool. But if you want to shout him out, Jessica.
Yeah, sure. So our artist that did our little faces for our logo, his name on Instagram is Grebner_art, and his link is in the description as well. So be sure to check him out if you guys are interested. He's really cool. He's a great guy, and we love him. We thank him so much for all of his help with that. and everything else that he's done, because he's drawn me like a million times. So
I love it. I love all the drawings. Yeah. Yay! Thank you so much. We're just so grateful because he did it at like the last second for us.
It was the last.
So it was really awesome.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's great. Thank you.
All right.
I will talk to you soon, babes.
Okay.
And everybody out there, we'll see you on the internet.
I love you. Bye.